Hello, hello. Um, Wonderful to see so many of you still here today. It's the last presentation, and I can imagine it's been a long day. How many builders are there in the audience? Just as a curiosity, how many developers and builders? Okay, okay, I see some hands. Thank you, rest of you can go. So what I'll be talking about is Hackers League. It's our biannual hackathon. And a little bit more than that, talking about how Ton Society onboards developers from all over the world and from other ecosystem and platforms to Ton and to Telegram to build mini apps. Our builder journey looks like this. So we have the social media channels that we operate. We have hubs that are physical local communities. We have programs like the Hackers League that is a seasonal for a few months at a time. And then we have an ongoing program for builders called Ton Nest. Our goal in this kind of a pipeline is to make sure that the businesses that are building on Telegram, the ecosystem builders are strong enough to be introduced to the next stage, which are all our partners like Ton Accelerator, Ton Foundation, Ton Ventures, several VCs, and other partners. So we kind of offer one-to-many approach in onboarding users, onboarding builders, and then from there, the best ones will arise through different kind of competitions, and those ones we will introduce and onboard to different partners. Our community channels are growing. They've been growing actually very aggressively now in the past 12 months. I don't know exactly the number. I feel I should know it, but I don't. So I'd say 4 times at least from where we were literally 1 year ago. And there's a couple of drivers. Obviously, the Ton ecosystem's massive uptrend and market realizing the real potential. That's one. The other thing on the numbers is that we established separate socials for Ton Society, and we've been growing those aggressively as well. We use these channels globally and locally in different language areas to attract builders so that there's a presence and an easy introduction and way for everybody who develops to get on board. And there's a lot of questions about how do you be, as a project, like a founder, how do you become featured in our channels? Because this question, I think, is the #1 question that anybody ever asks me, is like, how do I get into like Ton Community Channel, Ton Society Channel? Short answer is that we run different leaderboards and competitions. In order to really be able to be featured and get to our audience, you have to stand out. So you have to be one of the winners, for example, of a local bootcamp or a hackathon, or you have to be in Ton Nest and make some very great results. Some cases are exceptional, but generally speaking, this is how it works. So we want to maintain kind of a transparent and decentralized way and merit-based way of giving access to projects to these channels. Can you guys see the, oh yeah, you can see the map. We also have local hubs. Local hubs basically are geographical HubSpots which have their own language and their own communities. How we've been kind of going about building these hubs is that we have the CIS area, which is majority Russian language speaking. This is, of course, because of the background of Telegram, is super, super kind of tightly integrated to, let's say, Telegram ecosystem as a social media. So this is kind of the, let's say, first area. We have several hubs in the CIS region. In addition to that, we have the European region, where we have more kind of, European builders. Then we see a lot of traction in the last 12 months coming from the Asian continent, let's say. So the usual builder hubs, which are very familiar with mini app ecosystems and super apps. So we see a very large fluctuation or coming of the WeChat developers into the Ton ecosystem. So we've been establishing these hubs with the idea that we build local community. The local community identifies the best builders through different kind of ideathons and hackathons and events we run. Those builders that are really good in the local communities, they're introduced to local partners, which are then, you know, usually sponsoring our events or being a partner in our events. Next year, just as a little bit of a teaser, nothing is certain yet, but we want to be looking to the South and North American continents to establish the first spearheaded locations there. So that's something that we're going to be focusing on for 2025. So now to the main point, Hackers League. There's been previously hackathons in the Ton ecosystem, but Hackers League is a kind of a rebranded new type of a hackathon that we're organizing. So we ran this first version of it in the summer. It was from March to July, so approximately, about 3 to 4 months. And we had some very, very nice results. And we had some very good learnings, which we incorporated, and I'm going to be talking about in a second. But so for the first hackathon, we had more than 1,000 new projects deployed, which is a huge result for us. This doesn't mean like, you know, random application, but an actual mini app deployed and developed. We've seen several million community members onboarded to these apps now from the previous hackathon. So overall, the impact for the ecosystem has been great, and also the builders have been getting a lot of value from being able to participate in the program. Particularly the winners, they have very, very good results at the moment. We also ran 13 boot camps. We had 2,500 participants in our live events, and we had a prize pool of 2 million. We are now doing the second iteration of Hackers League this year. So it's called Hackers League, the Winter Edition. Overall, the program is structured so that we promote the global hackathon, which is organized in an online platform. It's in the Ton ecosystem portal, so it's eco.ton.org. You can apply to the hackathon there, so there's online application form. Everything we do is promoted to our audience of 20 million, but you know, in reality, 20 million is just our audience. We have also partners and top-tier medias that we promote the hackathon to, and basically, the real reach is 10 times of this. The reach for everybody who hears about the Hackers League is probably 200 million plus already. We also have very, very high-level global partners. We will show you in a bit. And then we conduct online workshops, many of them done actually with the partners who are top builders in the ecosystem or the tier 1 players in the entire crypto industry. To complement this kind of very global framework, we also ran 19 boot camps. Actually, we're now in the middle of running these boot camps. So we've done 12 boot camps already, and we still have 7 to go. These local boot camps are promoted to audience in our channels of 2.5 million, but then this number is 10x when you count all the partners. Local partners are also sponsoring and providing things like venue and other kinds of support for the hackathon. It's 3 days for each of the boot camps, usually starting from Friday, ending on Sunday, and ending on an after party. And in this after party is the announcement of the 3 winners of each boot camp. During these boot camps, it's 3 days of hard coding. You see actually people bringing tents. So they bring tents and they stay in the venue overnight with their teams and code because they want to win. There's a prize and they want to be the number 1, yeah? All of this, so the applications on the global hackathon and the local bootcamp, they're all put into a judging pipeline. So 5th of December, we are going to be announcing the semifinalists. 16th to 17th of December, we're going to be doing the live pitching, where all the winners and semifinalists can basically pitch live. And then 20th of December, the winners will be announced. These are the tracks. So we have DeFi, sponsored by Curve. So of course, everybody knows Curve, top-tier builder. So if you are a DeFi builder and you want to be mentored by the best, this is your track. Literally, you cannot get better support than this anywhere. Then we have the social and Web3 utility. So social, think about horizontal interaction between people, some social kind of glue. It can be profile or social networking app, events app, for example. In utility, we had a great example of a utility app. We had in Singapore, Token 2049, the announcement of Tada's integration to a mini app. So this is the ride-hailing service, which is real utility that people can use on their day-to-day lives. Then we have the GameFi and onboarding track. So, GameFi has been so far through all the various very successful and exciting Tapper games and others, has been able to onboard hundreds of millions of users from the 1 billion Telegram users into Ton users that use the Web3 components. Now, this is sponsored by Adsgram, which is one of the leading ads agency in the and marketplace actually in the Ton ecosystem. We have on-chain data analytics. So, my background actually is on on-chain data. So if you're an on-chain data sleuth, it's sponsored by Arkham. I think it's enough said. It's one of the top top on-chain analytics firms in the industry at the moment. Interoperability is sponsored by GSR. So if you're basically, if you're building some sort of a modular or component that works with DeFi, bridging, and so on. If you're building infrastructure, GSR is a partner that works with so many layer ones, so many DeFi protocols. They're the ones that can really, help and guide you to kind of get to the place where you need to be to have your, first $1 billion of TVL. We have the Ton apps track, and this is very interesting. So the Ton apps track, the build on DeFi, the DDoS track, and the gaming and mini apps by Gate Ventures. These are tracks where you can basically participate in two at the same time. So the Ton apps is an API. If you integrate the Ton API, you can participate in the Ton apps track and in any of the other tracks. DDoS for every DeFi builder. If you're linking your DeFi protocol to DDoS, you also automatically participate in the DDoS track. And then for the gaming and mini apps, Gate Ventures, a very strong supporter of the Ton ecosystem, an investor is looking for the best gaming and mini apps overall to integrate and to look for their next winners. Little bit about the bootcamps. So as I said, 12 bootcamps we've already run. You see the names there, everything from London to Minsk to Berlin, Gurugram, and we still have 7 bootcamps to go, I believe. Actually 8, we have 20, sorry, I forgot Bangkok. So we decided last minute to organize also a bootcamp during DevConnect in Bangkok and a massive hacker house with a very good partner of ours, TonX. So we're still gonna have in the November 8th to 10th, you can still apply and you can still join Kiev, Ho Chi Minh, Yerevan, and Belgrade. And then November 15 to 17, we're gonna have Manila, Hong Kong, Istanbul, and Bangkok. And that's the finalization of basically all the bootcamps. And this is the numbers are here. So $3 million prize pool, 50% increase from last year. And a new exciting thing. So $2.1 million is committed by top VC partners. And they're going to be all the winners from bootcamps and the hackathon tracks are going to be passed to them. And the pitch decks are going to be introduced directly to all the top tier VCs that are looking to invest in the next generation of winning Ton ecosystem projects. 19 bootcamps, and the deadline, hand in your the application by 23rd of November, and then you're in the Hackers League. We want to give a special thanks to our sponsors because nothing would be possible without them. So we have, on the title level, we have Tonkeeper, Gate Ventures, DDoS, Eon. On the diamond level, Arkham, GSR, Adsgram, Bybit, and Curve. On the capital partners providing the investment capital and who the companies will be pitching to are MEXC Ventures, Kinetic, Ton Ventures, and Foresight Ventures. And judging will be done in combination between Pantera and Ton Foundation, and actually some of the diamond and title and capital partners as well. One more thing, very special thank you from our side to Ton Foundation. As maybe some of you guys know, we very recently separated as Ton Society into an entity that covers the community and marketing for the ecosystem. And nothing of this would be possible without the support of Ton Foundation. So from our team, very big thanks to all of the Ton Foundation guys. One final word, I think I'm like a little bit over time already. So one just quick word, when you're done with the Hackers League application, you can go to the Ton Nest. All the Hackers League applicants will be contacted to move to the Ton Nest, which is our year-long builder program in 3 steps. First step, find your team, get your idea together. Second step, build your MVP and get the first 50,000 users. And third step, you get to the third step with 100,000 users, and then you finish this with 500,000 users. Which sounds like a lot, but in Telegram, it's actually super it's easy. The audience is hungry for a real use case for Web3 apps. That's it. So guys, please join the Hackers League. If you're a builder, this is the best opportunity this year. And please join also the Tonnes program. Thank you so much.